city of light, another lost angel, city of night, city of night. Hi fans of high quality entertainment, sorry, Jinx loves when I sing to her. Today, the final Doors album ranking and review for L.A. Woman. Yeah. As usual, back in the day, the only Doors album I was really familiar with was The Soft Parade. I never bought any more of their albums until, checking them out again in the 80s, 90s. But still, I wasn't a huge fan. I always liked them, but I wasn't a huge fan of the Doors. But that's changed in the last, I'd say, 5 years. And doing this series, as I've mentioned in the other videos, I have a new respect for the Doors. It's way up here. They were one of the greatest American bands for sure. And just excellent musicianship. Jim Morrison, a very underrated singer, just like me. Now, for this album, I really like it. But, there's always a but. Out of the 6 Doors albums, this, I'll tell you the ranking right now for it. It is in 5th place. But that's not because I don't like the album. I love the album. But the Doors have so many great albums. They really do. All 6 of the albums they released with Jim Morrison I love. My favorite songs on this are, see what I wrote here a couple days ago. Yes, L.A. Woman, Riders on the Storm, and The Wasp, Texas Radio, and The Big Beat. My least favorite song, but I still like it a lot, is Crawling King Snake. And for a rating, I would give it a A-, just like Waiting for the Sun. Now, what I was saying is a bit of a surprise here, because I want to just say something about another album by the Doors, An American Prayer, which I have talked about. But I could almost put this in the rankings. If I had to put it in the rankings for my own personal reasons, and just, it was after the Soft Parade, I never really listened to any Doors albums until I bought this in 1978, and I just totally loved it, and I never get tired of playing it. And I've played it actually quite a lot lately. And so in my rankings, it would be way up at the top. It would be an A+. So I like this more than L.A. Woman and Waiting for the Sun and the Soft Parade. And Morrison Hotel. I can't have this above Strange Days or The Doors, their debut album. But for me, just for me personally, from the memories of this, it's ranked really high with an A+. And also, in some ways, I think this is the ultimate Doors album, because Jim Morrison, when Ray met him on the beach, it had to do with poetry, and Jim was reading him his poetry, and there was the connection there. And Jim Morrison, he's the poetry guy. And I think Jim Morrison would have been really happy, I think, with what the remaining 3 Doors did. And adding new music and everything. It just flows seamlessly. There's a lot of spoken word on it, but I just find it to be such a damn cool album. It's funny too because I hadn't played this for a while, and I'd forgotten that there's quite a bit of swearing in it. And there were a couple of times I actually laughed out loud hearing it, hearing what Jim Morrison was saying. But he does sing on, he does also sing on it, and there's a killer live version of Roadhouse Blues. And so if any of you Doors fans out there have never heard this, I highly recommend it. But back to LA Woman. It's a great, sadly though, the final real Doors album. And Jim Morrison's vocals, they're a little rougher. I don't know if it's because of all the years of drinking or what was going on there. I think he was kind of hitting the bottle on these sessions. But still, he's singing great. And of course the band, the production, everything. Just a great album. And if, I can see some of you saying, oh, that's my favorite Doors album. I can't disagree with you. Any of these, I could see even Waiting for the Sun being somebody's favorite Doors album, because they're all great albums overall. And I've really enjoyed doing this series, mainly because it's a short series. And next up, I think I'm going to be doing, what did I say? Creedence Clearwater Revival. But I have a couple of other ideas too. But I think from now on, I'm not going to do any really long series because it gets tiring. Some band or artist has like 30 albums, and it's a lot of work. So I'd like to just bands that have under 10 albums in their discography and do a review and ranking. Maybe you can suggest some in the comment section below, and I'll look into it. And the other thing is, I have to have most of the artist albums too. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.